In 2007, David Beckham entered Major League Soccer with the Los Angeles Galaxy. Inserted into his megabucks deal was a promise that once retired, he could seek to purchase his own MLS franchise for a set rate of $25 million. Considered at the time to be a fair price for expansion, Beckham's golden ticket now looks just that, when you consider the buy-in cost for MLS expansion teams now sits at $150 million. The former Manchester United favourite waited just under a year after retirement to activate the clause, and on February 5, 2014, held a press conference in Miami announcing the birth of his ownership group, commonly referred to as Miami Beckham United. Yet from the moment Beckham stated his intention, there were concerns. MLS had previously housed a team in the city, the Miami Fusion, but the league was forced to fold on the team when they fell into financial difficulties in 2001. The fact that Miami Beckham United would also be in close proximity to teams from the NFL, NBA and the MLB also made the project difficult to believe in. The biggest obstacle though is the lack of a stadium site. Commissioner Don Garber has been keen for the expansion sides to have a stadium in the downtown area, in part for accessibility. Unfortunately for Beckham, Miami is a congested city, and initial plans to build in Port Miami were met with objections from existing seaport businesses. The group's second attempt involved a site on the waterfront in downtown Miami at Museum Park, but that plan also saw opposition from local residents. A third proposal was made to build next to Marlins Park, home of Miami Marlins baseball team, but this was also rejected. Then, in December 2015, Beckham and his group finally secured a 9-acre parcel of land in Overtown, Miami. I believe this is a much better deal for the taxpayer, Miami-Dade Mayor Carlos Jimenez said during a news conference. Situated northwest of downtown Miami, Beckham's group still required a piece of neighbouring land, estimated to be around 3 acres, which is owned by Miami-Dade County. Citing a need for further investors to fund the purchase, the recent arrival of banker Todd Boehly to the ownership group is said to have improved the chances of the land being acquired, with the potential deal now in place. However, the fact that Beckham's ownership group contains so many other investors has annoyed some, with ESPN's Jeff Carlisle reporting that there is a sense among some owners that additional investors shouldn't be able to piggyback on Beckham's arrangement. More concerning though is the time taken. More than 3 years have passed since Beckham's announcement, with progress best described as slow. For context, MLS side Atlanta United announced their intention to join MLS after Beckham, and are currently undertaking their first season in the league. Even NASL side Miami FC have been able to start play despite confirming their inception after Beckham. Undeniably concerning, it is a fact not lost on Garber. The commissioner has often remained diplomatic when discussing the progress of Beckham's franchise, but has recently admitted the league will not wait indefinitely for his group to come to fruition. In a world with less public funding in large cities, it's not just complicated. It's really expensive, even with a low-cost option with David Beckham and Simon Fuller to have to come into our league. It's a $500 million project. The arrival of LAFC in 2018 will once again place a spotlight on Miami Beckham United, a project that seemed ambitious, if not naive, when announced. This could be one of the few times that Beckham fails to hit the target if things do not progress soon.